Hey guys, William Murphy here and welcome to my channel and welcome to what I'm calling the Big Christmas Quiz. 2020 has been a very strange year for all of us and I thought by putting on a quiz it would be a little bit more of an interactive way that you can share some time and adventures and stuff with your friends, family that unfortunately you may not be able to see in person this year. So how is the quiz going to work? Well, there's going to be 10 categories. Of those 10 categories, there's going to be 10 questions, and of the 10 questions, there's going to be a possible 10 answers for each category. So at the end of the quiz, should you get every single question right, which if you do, there's a few tricky ones in there, there's a few easy questions, and there's a few categories that I think people could claw back some answers. But if you get a full rack of 10 points in every single round, you could get yourself 100 points.
Hey!
So the points are going to be merely for bragging rights and self-preservation, so there's not going to be any physical prize other than pride and honour. So the 10 categories that I'm going to be doing will be Disney, Automotive, True and False, History, General Knowledge, Music, Animals and Science, which are going to be combined, Kids, Sports and Film. Now I'm going to go in that particular order as well. Should at any point you wish or decide that you don't want to do those particular rounds, you can click on the description down below and I'm going to timestamp each individual round. And all you have to do is click on the time and then you can fast forward to that particular category. So for example, if history is the next round and history is not your bag, maybe sports is more your thing, you can click on the timestamp for sports, it will take you directly to the sports round. So each individual round will have 10 questions, as I say. I'm going to be asking the 10 questions in order, 1 to 10, and each question I will ask twice. So for example, what is the main content on my YouTube channel? That's what is the main content on my YouTube channel. I will then continue to go through to the remaining 9 questions. I'll then give you the time to change over your sheets to the next person, or if you're doing this quiz on your own, which is perfectly fine, have time to have a biscuit, have a cup of tea, have another mince pie. Dig into some of those nice Christmas puddings. Then I will then go round and I will repeat the question followed by the answer to save any confusion. So, what is the main content on my YouTube channel? The answer is classic minis. So that is the question read, the question repeated, moved on to the next question, and then once I get to the answers, the question read, and then the answer read. So hopefully that's going to be nice and clear for everybody. I'm going to try and keep it as short and precise as possible. One thing that I may struggle with here is I don't know whether you can hear me clearly or I can understand me clearly, so I'm going to try and talk as clear as possible and hopefully it'll make its life a little bit easier for everyone. So, I think that's all you need. The best thing I would suggest is having a piece of paper and a pen and writing your name at the top of the sheet, because after every round you need to get that sheet back to you. That's going to be the best way that you can keep chart of your score. So, make sense? Excellent. Right, let's get on with round 1. So round 1 is Disney. This is hopefully going to be a nice little introduction to you to the quiz. Now I believe there's a few easy ones, a few difficult ones, and maybe a few really difficult ones. The best thing to do is give every question a go, and hopefully you come out with as many points as possible. So, let's get into it. Question number 1. Who was the first Disney princess? That's who was the first Disney princess? Question number 2. Who was the only Disney princess to have green eyes? Who was the only Disney princess to have green eyes? Question number 3. In 1929, Mickey Mouse spoke his first words. What were they? In 1929, Mickey Mouse spoke his first words. What were they? Question number 4. What year did Disneyland Florida open? What year did Disneyland Florida open. Question number 5. From which foot did Cinderella lose her glass slipper? That's from which foot did Cinderella lose her glass slipper? Question number 6. What colour is Dory from Finding Nemo? What colour is Dory from Finding Nemo? Question number 7. Whose name is written on the sole of Buzz and Woody's shoe? So whose name is written on the sole of Buzz and Woody's shoe? Question number 8. What is the name of the home of Moana? So what is the name of the home of Moana? Question number 9. November the 22nd, 2021 marks what anniversary for the original Beauty and the Beast movie? So November the 22nd, 2021 marks what anniversary for the original Beauty and the Beast movie? And then lastly, question number 10 for the Disney round. At 64 minutes long, what was the shortest feature film from Disney? At 64 minutes long, what was the shortest feature film from Disney? And that now concludes the end of the Disney round. So I'm just going to give you a few moments to swap around your sheets and we can get into the answers. But while you're doing that, here is a quick fun fact for you while you hand over your sheets. In 1941, Time magazine were going to have Dumbo as the front cover and honour him as Mammal of the Year. Unfortunately, 1941 was also the same time that Pearl Harbor began, and they decided that Pearl Harbor was a much more suitable for the time and much more appropriate cover. So Dumbo never made the front cover, but it was honoured Mammal of the Year inside in a feature. Okay, so hopefully you've now swapped over your sheets. If you haven't, quickly do it, and then I can get on to the answers. Okay, time's up. So here are the answers for the Disney round. Question number 1. Who was the first Disney princess? And the answer? Snow White in 1937. Question number 2. Who is the only Disney princess to have green eyes? And the answer? Rapunzel. Question number 3. In 1929, Mickey Mouse spoke his first words. What were they? And the answer? Hot dogs. That's right, hot dogs. Question number 4. What year did Disneyland Florida open? And the answer, 1955. Question number 5. From which foot did Cinderella lose her glass slipper? And the answer, left. Question number 6. What colour is Dory from Finding Nemo? That's right, blue. Question number 7. Whose name is written on the sole of Buzz and Woody's shoe? And the answer is Andy. Question number 8. What is the name of the home of Moana? And the answer is Motunui. Question number 9. 22nd of November 2021 marks what anniversary for the original Beauty and the Beast film? And the answer is 30 years. And lastly, for the Disney quiz, question number 10. At 64 minutes long, what is the shortest feature-length film from Disney? And the answer? Mammal of the Year, Dumbo. So that concludes the Disney quiz. Hopefully you can tally up your answers now and give the score out of 10 and hand the sheet back to its original owner. And then we shall move on to the next round. Hope you've enjoyed this one. So, on to the next round, which is Automotive. Now this is my thing. My channel is mostly an automotive channel where I build and restore cars, so hopefully I've put a few challenging questions in there for you, and some questions that hopefully you'll learn something. So, if you are ready to move on to the next round, fantastic. If not, hit that pause button, and then when you are ready, hit play. I don't want to rush you, so just take this in your own time, and yeah, it'll be more enjoyable for everybody. So here we go. Question number 1 for automotive. What does ABS stand for? What does ABS stand for? Question number 2. What was the first V6 car in India? So what was the first V6 car in India? Question number 3. In 1902, the first speeding ticket was issued, but what speed was the vehicle travelling? In 1902, the first speeding ticket was issued, but what speed was the vehicle travelling? Question number 4. The man who invented cruise control. What was unique about him? So the man who invented cruise control, what was unique about him? Question number 5. Which country has more cars? The USA or China? So which country has more cars? The USA or China? Question number 6. What is the BMW logo based on? So what is the BMW logo based on? Question number 7. Bentley, Bugatti, Lamborghini, Ducati, Audi and Porsche are all owned by which vehicle manufacturer? Bentley, Bugatti, Lamborghini, Audi, Ducati and Porsche are all owned by which vehicle manufacturer? That's a tough one to remember all those. Question number 8. The largest speeding fine recorded was $1 million. The car was travelling at 180 miles an hour, but in which country was the fine issued? The largest recorded speeding fine is $1 million. The car was travelling 180 miles per hour, but in which country was the speeding ticket issued? Question number 9. What vehicle manufacturer's name means I roll in Latin? That's which vehicle manufacturer's name means I roll in Latin. And lastly, question number 10. Now this is going to be a little bit of a very direct question, but in the spirit of Christmas I'm going to allow answers 10 years either side of the correct answer. So the correct answer is in the middle, 10 years before, 10 years after. So, question number 10. The first electric traffic lights was launched in which year? The first electric traffic lights were launched in which year? And that's it. We're done. So, if you can finish writing your answers down, hand your sheet across to the nearest person, and then we're ready to start looking at the answers. But while you do that, here's a nice little fun fact for you. Back in 1999, the Classic Mini, which is one of my favourite cars and which my majority of my channel is based upon, was voted the second most influential car of all time. Coming in at number 1 was the Model T Ford, which was the first ever production car from Ford, or from any company. And then in third place was the Citroen DS, and in fourth place was the Volkswagen Beetle. There you have it. Nice little fun fact for you. So, hopefully you've now exchanged your sheets and we're ready to have the answers. If not, as always, hit that pause button and then start again when you're ready. On to the answers then. So, question number 1. What does ABS stand for? And the answer, I'll accept either anti-locking braking system or anti-lock braking system. Those are the two answers. Question number 2. What was the first V6 engined car in India? And the answer was a Honda Accord. Question number 3. Back in 1902, the first ever speeding ticket was issued. But what speed was the vehicle travelling? And the answer, 45 miles per hour. Question number 4. The man who invented cruise control. What was unique about him? And the answer, the gentleman that created the cruise control, which we have on most modern cars now, was blind. Question number 5. Which country has more cars? The USA or China? And the answer, the USA. Question number 6. What was the BMW logo based on? And the answer is a propeller. So the white sections are the propeller, the blue sections are the sky, and that takes back to the origins of BMW when they used to build aeroplanes. Question number 7. Bentley, Bugatti, Lamborghini, Audi, Ducati and Porsche are all owned by which vehicle manufacturer? Yes, nailed it. And the answer is Volkswagen. Question number 8. The largest recorded fine for speeding was recorded at $1 million. The car was travelling 180 miles per hour, but in which country was the ticket issued? And the answer, Switzerland. And question number 9. Which vehicle manufacturer's name means I roll in Latin? And the answer is Volvo. And finally, for the automotive round, question number 10, and this is the one I'm going to give a 10-year window either side. The first electric traffic lights were launched in which year? Now the answer, 1927. So I will give you, in the Christmas spirit, a 1 point if you've gone between 1917 to 1937. It's a huge window, and if you've got the answer right, well done. That concludes the automotive round. Tally up those scores, hand them back to the original person, and we shall move on to the next round. So we've made it to the next round, which is true or false. This round is a 50-50% chance of winning or losing. So you've got a possible 10 questions, a possible 10 answers, and hopefully you come out there with top marks, but there are a few tricky ones I'm going to throw in there. So I'm going to ask the question, the answer is going to be either true or false, or T or F, however you want to write it. So here we go. Are you ready? Excellent. If you're not, as always, hit that pause button and press play when you're ready to continue. Question number 1. Holding a key fob remote for a vehicle to your head doubles the range as your skull acts as like an amplifier. It's a long one, so I'll repeat it again. Holding the key fob for a vehicle to your head doubles the range as your skull acts like an amplifier. True or false? Question number 2. Daniel Craig, as a reward for playing James Bond, can go to the Aston Martin factory and take any car. Daniel Craig, as a reward for playing James Bond, can turn up at the Aston Martin factory and take any car. True or false? Question number 3. It is a criminal offence to drive a dirty car in Russia. It is a criminal offence to drive a dirty car in Russia. True or false? Question number 4. Idina Menzel sings Let It Go 20 times in total in the Frozen song Let It Go. Idina Menzel sings Let It Go 20 times in total in the Frozen song Let It Go. True or false? Question number 5. Waterloo has the greatest number of tube platforms in London. That's Waterloo has the greatest number of tube platforms in London. True or false? Question number 6. Monaco is the smallest country in the world. Monaco is the smallest country in the world. True or false? Question number 7. Alaska is the largest state in America. Alaska is the largest state in America. True or false? Question number 8. Australia is wider than the moon. Australia is wider than the moon. True or false? Question number 9. A lion's roar can be heard for up to 8 kilometres away. A lion's roar can be heard for up to 8 kilometres away. True or false? I think you get the hang of this now. And lastly, for the true or false round, question number 10. The penny black is an old-fashioned coin. The penny black is an old-fashioned coin. True or false? So while you finish up that answer there, if you can hand your sheets across to the nearest person to you, and we'll then get into giving the answers. Okay, so your sheets have been handed over. If you're ready, we shall continue. If not, hit that pause button, and then when you're ready to start up in your own time, please click the play button once again. So the answers. Question number 1. Holding a key fob remote to your head doubles the range as your skull acts like an amplifier. The answer is true, although my wife does not believe it. She thinks I'm lying. Question number 2. Daniel Craig can take any Aston Martin from the factory as a reward for playing James Bond, and the answer is true. Question number 3. It's a criminal offence to drive a dirty car in Russia. The answer is true. Question number 4. Adina Menzel sings Let It Go 20 times in total in the Frozen song Let It Go. Now the answer is, although yes, she does sing it 20 times, she then continues to do it another time. So the answer to the question is false. It's 21, not 20. Question number 5. Waterloo has the greatest number of tube platforms in London. That's true. Question number 6. Monaco is the smallest country in the world. The answer to that is false. The smallest country in the world is Vatican City at 0.44 square kilometres. Madness. Question number 7. Alaska is the largest of the American states, and the answer is true. Question number 8. Australia is wider than the moon. Now I'm sure this will cause a few questions, but the answer is true. Australia is wider than the moon by almost 600 kilometres. Wow. Question number 9. A lion's roar can be heard up to 8 kilometres away. That's true, although I imagine it's probably downwind, but it's still true. And lastly, the penny black is an old-fashioned coin, and that is false. A penny black is an old-fashioned stamp. So that now concludes the true or false round. Tally up the scores, hand them back to the original owner, and then we'll get on with the next round. Okay, so welcome to the next round. This is history. Now before we step into the past, I just want to give a massive thank you to Inside History magazine for kindly donating the questions to the quiz. They are all extremely Christmas based, and hopefully you'll do really well at this. So, you know the drill by now. If you are ready, fantastic. If not, hit that pause button down below and then start the video again when you're ready. So, here we go. Question number 1. Christmas Day 1967. Which member of the Beatles got engaged? That's Christmas Day in 1967. Which member of the Beatles got engaged? Question number 2. Mikhail Gorbachev formally resigned his position as President of the USSR on Christmas Day, but in which year? Mikhail Gorbachev formally resigned his position as President of the USSR on Christmas Day, but in which year? Question number 3. Which King of England was crowned on Christmas Day? Which King of England was crowned on Christmas Day? Question number 4. Now please excuse my pronunciation if I've got this ever so slightly wrong. In 1971, a horrific fire killed 163 people at the Ture Hotel, but in which country? In 1971, a horrific fire killed 163 at the Ture Hotel, but in which country? Question number 5. Which hugely successful Leonardo DiCaprio film was launched Christmas Day 2013? So which hugely successful Leonardo DiCaprio film was launched Christmas Day 2013? Question number 6. Which well-known female Scottish singer was born Christmas Day 1954? So which well-known female Scottish singer was born on Christmas Day 1954? Question number 7. Who became Emperor of Japan on Christmas Day 1926? So who became Emperor of Japan Christmas Day 1926? Question number 8. On December the 25th, 2003, scientists lost contact with the British-built probe that was due to land on Mars that day. But what was the probe's name? On December the 25th, 2003, scientists lost contact with the British-built probe that was due to land on Mars that day. But what was the probe's name? Question number 9. Which American singer and actress died on Christmas Day 2008 at aged 81? So which American actress and singer died on Christmas Day 2008 aged 81? And finally, for the history round, question number 10. In which year was the famous Christmas truce where British and German soldiers came out of the trenches, they played football, exchanged gifts and sang carols? In which year was the famous Christmas truce where British and German soldiers came out of the trenches to play football, exchange gifts and sing carols? So that now concludes the history round for the big Christmas quiz. Now while you exchange your answer sheets, I don't have any fun facts for you, but I do have some information with regards to Inside History, who have been kind enough to donate the questions to this particular round. Inside History is the UK's newest themed history magazine, which takes you closer to the past, one theme at a time. The previous issues have focused on themes such as crime, medicine, witchcraft and assassination. So to find out more, please go and check out the website www.insidehistorymagazine.co.uk, where you can read free articles, listen to the latest podcasts and download your copy of the magazine. So thank you to Inside History for providing the questions for this quiz, and hopefully you go and check out their content too. Right then, on to the answers. As always, if you're not quite ready to do the answer just yet, so please hit that pause button and then press play again when you're ready to continue. So, question number 1. On Christmas Day 1967, which member of the Beatles got engaged? The answer, Paul McCartney. And he got engaged to Jane Asher, although they never married. Question number 2. Mikhail Gorbachev formally resigned his post as President of the USSR on Christmas Day in which year? And the answer, 1991. Question number 3. Which King of England was crowned on Christmas Day? And the answer, William the Conqueror in 1066. Question number 4. Now this is the tough one to read, so again I apologise if I've pronounced the hotel wrong. In 1971, a horrific fire killed 163 people at the Ture Hotel, but in which country? And the answer, South Korea or Republic of Korea. Question number 5. Which hugely successful Leonardo DiCaprio film was launched Christmas Day 2013? And the answer, Wolf on Wall Street. Question number 6. Which well-known female Scottish singer was born Christmas Day 1954? And the answer, Annie Lennox. Question number 7. Who became Emperor of Japan 1926? And the answer, Emperor Hirohito. And apologies if I pronounce that wrong again. Hirohito. Question number 8. On December the 25th, 2003, scientists lost contact with British-built probe that was due to land on Mars that day. But what was its name? And the answer, Beagle 2. Question number 9. Which American singer and actress died on Christmas Day 2008 at the age of 81? And the answer, Eartha Kitt. Question number 10. This is the last one for the history round. In which year was the famous Christmas truce where British and German soldiers came out of the trenches to play football, sing carols and exchange gifts? And the answer, of course, 1914. I don't know about you, but that was tough. So thank you for taking part in the history round. We will move on to the next. So we're ready to take on the next round. This is general knowledge. Now if you haven't done so already and you've just skipped straight to general knowledge, if you're not quite ready to start, hit that pause button and then press play as and when you're ready to take part. If you are ready to go, let's do it. Question number 1 in the general knowledge. Who painted the Mona Lisa? That's who painted the Mona Lisa. Question number 2. According to ONS, in 2018, what was the most popular boy's name in the UK? So according to ONS, in 2018, what was the most popular boy's name in the UK? Question number 3. Which month was Prince George born? That's which month was Prince George born? Question number 4. What is the largest country in the world? What is the largest country in the world? Question number 5. Which country attached to the sea has the shortest coastline? That's which country attached to the sea has the shortest coastline. Question number 6. In snooker, what is the score value for the pink ball? In snooker, what is the score value for the pink ball? Question number 7. How many Formula 1 championship titles has Lewis Hamilton won? That's how many Formula One championship titles has Lewis Hamilton won? Question number 8. What is Gorgonzola? That's what is Gorgonzola? And question number 9. What is the name of Quint's shark hunting boat in the movie Jaws? That's what is the name of Quint's shark hunting boat in the film Jaws. And finally, for the general knowledge quiz, question number 10. What does HP stand for on the bottle of HP sauce? That's what does HP stand for on a bottle of HP sauce? So that now concludes the general knowledge quiz. I hope you've enjoyed that one. So while you exchange your answers round, my daughter is going to give you a lovely little rendition of a song.
When
Okay.
Santa Claus got the chimney, he began to shout, "You girls and boys don't get any toys unless you pull me out. My beard is black, the sight of my sack, my nose is tickling too. When Santa got dug up the chimney, a toot, a shoot, a toot."
Well done.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun let's do, why on a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun let's do, why on a one-horse open sleigh. Hey.
How cute. So, on to the answers for the general knowledge quiz. If you're not quite ready yet, hit the pause button and press play as and when you're ready to continue. If you're ready now, let's go. So question number 1. Who painted the Mona Lisa? And the answer, Leonardo da Vinci. Question number 2. According to ONS, in 2018, what was the most popular boy's name in the UK? And the answer, Oliver. Question number 3. Which month was Prince George born? And the answer, July. Question number 4. Question number 4. What is the largest country in the world? The answer, Russia. Question number 5. Which country attached to the sea has the shortest coastline? And the answer to that one is Monaco. Question number 6. In snooker, what is the score value for the pink ball? And the answer is 6. Question number 7. How many Formula One championship titles has Lewis Hamilton won? And the answer to that one is 7. Question number 8. What is Gorgonzola? And the answer is cheese. Question number 9. What is the name of Quint's shark hunting boat in the film Jaws? And the answer is the Orca. And finally, question number 10 for the general knowledge round. What does HP stand for on a bottle of HP sauce? And the answer, Houses of Parliament. So there we have it. That is your 10 questions, your 10 answers. How did you get on? Excellent. So, on to the next round. Well, what do you know? We're halfway through the quiz already. I hope you're enjoying it. I have really loved putting this stuff together. It's been lots of fun and it's been a bit of a challenge trying to sort of mash it all together, but hopefully it's worked really well. If you are enjoying the content so far, please click that thumbs up button down below, and if you can, consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. So as I say, we're halfway through. I'm going to treat myself to a nice little mince pie, and then we can crack on with the second half. Okay, welcome to the next round. This is the music round. I'm a big fan of music, so hopefully I've put some questions in there that's going to really challenge some of you. So, if you're not ready to continue yet, hit that pause button. If you are, let's crack on. Okay, here we go. Question number 1 for the music round. What album is the best-selling of all time? What album is the best-selling of all time? Question number 2. Which year did Elvis Presley die? That's which year did Elvis Presley die? Question number 3. Reginald Kenneth Dwight is better known as who? Reginald Kenneth Dwight is better known as who? Question number 4. Which Bob Dylan song did Adele leave in her first album? That's which Bob Dylan song did Adele leave in her first album? Question number 5. Which artist had a track with Ice Ice Baby? Which artist had a Which artist had a hit with Ice Ice Baby? Question number 6. Which English sir had #1 hits in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s? Which British sir had #1 hits in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s? Question number 7. What did Stormzy do for a job before he got into music? That's what did Stormzy do for a job before he got into music? Question number 8. What was the name of the first ever single from Tom Jones? What is the name of the first ever single from Tom Jones? Question number 9. Who was the youngest Beatle? That's who was the youngest Beatle. And finally, for the music round, question number 10. What did Asher Roth love according to his song in 2009? That's what did Asher Roth love according to his song in 2009? And there we have it. That concludes the music round. So, if you'd like to just finish up your answers quickly, hand over your sheets and we will get on to the answers. But while we hand over the sheets, I've got 2 fun facts for you. Fact number 1. In 2016, Mozart sold more CDs than Beyonce. And fact number 2. According to reports, the British Navy used Britney Spears songs to scare off Somalian pirates. Yeah. Okay, so hopefully you've enjoyed those facts, hopefully you've exchanged your sheets and we're now ready to head on to the answers. So, are you ready? How did you find that quiz? Brilliant. So, question number 1. What album is the best selling of all time? Well, of course, it's Michael Jackson's Thriller, with an estimated 66 million copies sold. Question number 2. What year did Elvis Presley die? And the answer, 1977. Question number 3. Reginald Kenneth Dwight is better known as who? Well, of course, it's Elton John. Question number 4. Which Bob Dylan song did Adele include in her first album? And the answer, Make You Feel My Love. Question number 5. Who had a hit with Ice Ice Baby? That's right, Vanilla Ice. I'm going to regret that. Question number 6. Which English sir had #1 hits in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s? The answer, Sir Cliff Richard. Question number 7. What did Stormzy do before he got into music? Well, he worked at an oil refinery. Question number 8. What was the name of Tom Jones' first single? And the answer, Chills and Fever. Question number 9. Who was the youngest Beatle? And the answer, George Harrison. And finally, for the music round, question number 10. What did Asher Roth love according to his 2009 single? Well, that guy loved college. I mean, he loved a lot of things, but college was the main one. So that concludes now the music round. I hope you've enjoyed that one. Hand the sheets back to the original owners once they've been tallied up, and we shall move on to the next round. Okay, so the next round is animals and science. It's a combined category because, quite frankly, I couldn't think of 10 questions for either subject. So, this is animals and science. If you're ready to crack on, fantastic. If not, then just hit that pause button down below and press play when you're ready to continue. Okay then, so question number 1 in animals and science is, what is the biggest animal in the world? That's what is the biggest animal in the world. Question number 2. Which planet is closest to the sun? That's which planet is closest to the sun. Question number 3. Typically, what is the strongest muscle in the human body? That's typically what is the strongest muscle in the human body. Question number 4. How many valves does a heart have? That's how many valves does a heart have. Question number 5. What do you call a baby rabbit? That's what do you call a baby rabbit? Question number 6. What does HE stand for in the periodic table? That's what does HE stand for in the periodic table. Question number 7. What part of the body would you find the fibula? That's what part of the body would you find the fibula. Question number 8. How many permanent teeth does a dog have? That's how many permanent teeth does a dog have? Question number 9. How many hearts does an octopus have? That's how many hearts does an octopus have? And finally, for animals and science, how many elements are in the periodic table? That's how many elements are in the periodic table. And that's it. That is the end of the animals and science round. If you hand your sheets over, and we can get round to the answers very soon. Right, so on to the answers for the animals and science round. If you're ready, fantastic, we'll continue. If not, don't worry at all, just hit that pause button and press continue as and when you're ready to continue. So, let's get on with the answers. Question number 1. What is the biggest animal on the planet? The answer, the blue whale. Question number 2. What planet is closest to the sun? And that is Mercury. Question number 3. What is typically the strongest muscle in the human body? And that is the masseter, the main jaw muscle. Question number 4. How many valves are in a heart? And the answer is 4. Question number 5. What do you call a baby rabbit? And the answer? A kit. Question number 6. What does He stand for in the periodic table? And the answer for that is helium. Or should I say helium? I need to get out more. Question number 7. Where in the body would you find the fibula? And the answer to that is the leg. Question number 8. How many permanent teeth does a dog have? And the answer to that one is 42. Question number 9. How many hearts does an octopus have? And the answer to that one is 3. And finally, for the animals and science round, question number 10 was, how many elements are in the periodic table? And the answer to that one is 118. So that concludes the animals and science round. If you tally up the scores, hand those sheets back to the original person, and then we'll crack on with the next round. So, welcome to the next round. This is the kids round. So, before we crack on with these questions, I just want to say a thank you to those who have helped with the input into the questions here. Now these include my nephew, my niece, my sister-in-law, my friends, some extended family members, cousins, etc. And yeah, I've got 2 children of my own, but I do seem to struggle with kids content. So, this is the kids round. Let's get into it. So we know the drill already. However, if you are clicking here as a timestamp, if you're ready to continue, then crack on, let's get on with this quiz. If not, then hit the pause button until you're ready, and then press play when you're ready to take part in the quiz. So, without further ado, let's get on with the kids round. Question number 1. What colour is Peppa Pig's brother's t-shirt? That's what colour is Peppa Pig's brother's t-shirt? Question number 2. What does the Gruffalo have on the end of his nose? That's what does the Gruffalo have on the end of his nose? Question number 3. Can you name one of Santa's reindeers that begins with the letter P? P for Papa. That's, can you name one of the Santa's reindeers that begins with the letter P? That's P for Papa. Question number 4. In Ben and Holly, what is Gaston? In Ben and Holly, what is Gaston? Question number 5. What does a caterpillar grow into? That's, what does a caterpillar grow into? So, multiple choice question here. Question number 6. In Minecraft, what do you use to collect water and lava? Is it bowl? Is it bucket? Is it thermos? Or is it cup? So in Minecraft, what do you use to collect water and lava? Is it bowl, bucket, thermos, or cup? Question number 7. Finish this catchphrase. See you later, alligator. See you later, alligator. Question number 8. The Grinch has a dog, but what's his name? The Grinch has a dog, but what's his name? Question number 9. At what platform would you stand on to get to Hogwarts? At what platform would you stand on to get to Hogwarts? And question number 10, which is the final question in the kids round. Apart from singing and eating, what does the gotta go flamingo do? Apart from singing and eating, What does the gotta go flamingo do? And that's it. 10 questions complete for the kids round. So, we'll take a few moments now to collate ourselves, hand over our sheets, and we'll get into the answers. No, where you gone? You better not shout, cause I'm
Tell
telling you
you
what.
why Santa Claus is coming to Wales.
Good girl. Do you want to watch it back?
Yeah.
So, if you're ready to go for the answers, fantastic. If not, that's not a problem. Hit that pause button and then press play when you're ready to continue. So, question number 1. What colour is Peppa Pig's brother's t-shirt? And the answer is blue. Question number 2. What does the Gruffalo have on the end of his nose? A poisonous wart on the end of his nose. Question number 3. Name one of Santa's reindeers beginning with the letter P. And the answer, Prancer. Question number 4. In Ben and Holly, what is Gaston? Now he is a ladybird. Question number 5. What do caterpillars turn into? And of course, it's a beautiful butterfly. Question number 6. This is the multiple choice answer. In Minecraft, what do you use to collect water and lava? The options were bowl, bucket, thermos or cup, and the answer is bucket. Question number 7. Finish that catchphrase. See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile. Question number 8. The Grinch has a dog, but what is his name? And the answer is Max. Question number 9. At which platform do you stand on to get to Hogwarts? And the answer, 9 3/4 at King's Cross Station. And finally, question number 10. Now this is a best-selling toy for 2020 and I've never heard of it. But, apart from singing and eating, what does the gotta go flamingo do? Well, the gotta go flamingo poos glitter. Wow. So there we have it, the 10 questions and the 10 answers for the kids round in the big Christmas quiz. I hope you've enjoyed those, and it's now on to the next round. Okay, so we've made it to the sports round. Now I quite like sports rounds. I tend to be pretty good, although I'm one of the most unsporty people you'll ever know. So, here we go with the sports round. If you're not quite ready to continue, no problem, hit that pause button and then press play when you're ready to get started. For those of you who are ready to continue, fantastic, let's get on with the sports round. Question number 1. Who was the first sports person billionaire? That's who was the first sports person billionaire. Question number 2. Usain Bolt is still the fastest man in the world, running 100 metres in 9.58 seconds. But in which year was this record set? So Usain Bolt is still the fastest man in the world, running 100 metres in 9.58 seconds. But what year was this record set? Question number 3. Which country's national rugby team are called the Springboks? Which country's national rugby team are called the Springboks? Question number 4. Did Team Great Britain win more Olympic medals in total at London 2012 or Rio 2016? That's, did Team GB, or Great Britain, win more Olympic medals in total at London 2012 or Rio 2016? Question number 5. In which sport do teams compete for the Stanley Cup? In which sport do teams compete for the Stanley Cup? Question number 6. If I were to take part in the mega avalanche at the Alpe d'Huez in the French Alps, what's the main piece of equipment I would need with me? So if I was to enter the mega avalanche at the Alpe d'Huez in the French Alps, what's the main piece of equipment I would need with me? Question number 7. Which football player moved from Barcelona to Paris Saint-Germain or PSG in August 2017 for a whopping 222 million euros? That's which football player moved from Barcelona to Paris Saint-Germain or PSG in August 2017 for 222 million euros. Question number 8. Dustin Johnson set a record-breaking score at the 2020 Masters. But what was his combined score over the 4 rounds? So Dustin Johnson set a record-breaking score at the 2020 Masters, but what was his combined score for the 4 rounds? And question number 9. Which US superstar said, "I've never lost a game, I just ran out of time"? So which US superstar said, "I've never lost a game, I just ran out of time"? And finally, for the sports round, question number 10. The longest recorded tennis match was 11 hours and 5 minutes at Wimbledon. But what year was that match held? So the longest tennis match in history was 11 hours and 5 minutes at Wimbledon. But in what year was that match held? And that's it. That concludes the sports round. I hope you've enjoyed that. It's been a few interesting questions in there, to say the least. And hopefully you've absolutely smashed it out of the park. So if you can hand over your sheets so we can check the answers, and we shall move on to the answers. But while you do that, I've got a few fun facts that I think you might be interested in. Anna Kopovsky, the first woman to cycle around the world in 1894, had only learned to cycle a few days before she set off. She covered the entire distance in 15 months and as a reward got $10,000. Okay, so hopefully you've now exchanged your sheets. It's time to get on with the answers. Question number 1. Question number 1. Who was the first billionaire sports person? And that will be Tiger Woods. Question number 2. Usain Bolt is still the fastest man in the world, running 100 metres in 9.58 seconds. But in which year was that record set? And the answer, 2009. Question number 3. Which country's national rugby team are called the Springboks? And that is, of course, South Africa. Question number 4. Did Team Great Britain win more Olympic medals in total at London 2012 or Rio 2016? And the answer is Rio, where they won 67 medals compared to London, where they won 65. Question number 5. In which sport do teams compete for the Stanley Cup? And that is ice hockey, the National Hockey League, or the NHL. Question number 6, which I am really keen to give a go one day. If I were to enter the mega avalanche in the Alpe d'Huez in the French Alps, what is the main piece of equipment I would need? Well, there's a lot of things I'd need, but the main thing would be a mountain bike. This is an extreme mountain bike race from the top of the mountain down to a little village at the bottom. It is absolutely brutal. Question number 7. Which football player transferred from Barcelona to Paris Saint-Germain, or PSG, in August 2017 for a whopping 222 million euros? And that is Neymar. Question number 8. Dustin Johnson set a record-breaking score at the 2020 Masters. But what was his combined score for the 4 rounds? Now, I will accept one of 2 answers for this question. Firstly is 20 under par, and secondly is a total combined score of 268. Question number 9. So which US superstar said, "I've never lost a game, I just ran out of time"? And that was Michael Jordan. And finally, for the sports round, question number 10. The longest recorded tennis match was 11 hours and 5 minutes. The longest recorded tennis match was 11 hours and 5 minutes at Wimbledon. But which year was that match held? And the answer is 2010. So that's it. That is the end of the sports round. I hope you've enjoyed that one. As I say, there's some really interesting questions in there, a couple that would really throw you off guard. But the main thing is that you've all enjoyed it and had a good time. If you can tally up those scores and get the sheets back to the original person, and then we will move on to the final round in this quiz. Okay, so this is the film round. Those of you who have followed the quiz from beginning to end, this is the final part of our journey for this big Christmas quiz. It's been emotional. So, if you're ready to continue, fantastic. If not, you know the drill. Hit that pause button and press play when you're ready to continue. So, I'm assuming you're ready to go. Let's get into that final round. Films. Question number 1. What was the opening car in the 1969 film The Italian Job? What was the opening car in the 1969 film The Italian Job? You don't think I'll go through a whole quiz without mentioning the minis, do you? Question number 2. Name the 2015 spin-off series to Rocky starring Michael B. Jordan. Name the 2015 spin-off series to Rocky starring Michael B. Jordan. Question number 3. What is the highest grossing box office film ever? What is the highest grossing box office film ever? Question number 4. Question number 4. Russell Crowe turned down the role for which character in the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Russell Crowe turned down the role for which character in the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Question number 5. What was Jean Valjean's prison number? What was Jean Valjean's prison number? Question number 6. Will Smith turned down the role in The Matrix to star as the lead in which film? So Will Smith turned down a role in The Matrix to star as a lead in which film? Question number 7. Question number 7. What were the first words spoken in the Star Wars Empire Strikes Back? What were the first words spoken in the Star Wars Empire Strikes Back? Question number 8. What was the name of the second James Bond film? So what was the name of the second James Bond film? Question number 9. What does Tom Hanks refer life to in Forrest Gump? What does Tom Hanks refer life to in Forrest Gump? And finally, for the film round and the big Christmas quiz, Question number 10. If you build it, they will come is a famous line from which 1989 film? If you build it, they will come is a famous line from which 1989 film? And there we have it. That is it. We have finished the round, we have finished the quiz. So, for one last time, if you can exchange your sheets and we will get into the answers. But, also for one last time, I've got some fun facts for you with regards to film. So did you know that Sylvester Stallone in Rocky IV wanted to make the fighting scenes look so real that he instructed Dolph Lundgren to actually hit him? Unfortunately, a punch to the chest left Stallone in intensive care for 4 days. And also, another fact for you, one of my favourite film franchises, Fast and the Furious. Now in Fast and the Furious 6, the famous runway scene where the cars are trying to get onto the aeroplane. There's been some mathematics equated to that. And it turns out that that stunt defies both physics and mathematics. So in the film, the cars sped up and slowed down for a total of 13 minutes. And on average, those vehicles were travelling 120 miles per hour, or 193 kilometres per hour. Which, when you look at the maths and the physics, the runway would have had to have been 26 miles long. So yeah, it's, don't believe everything you see in film. It's still a great movie though. So, there we have it. The quiz is done, the fun facts are done, and it's now on to the answers for the film round. Are you ready? Fantastic. Let's get into the answers. Question number 1. What was the opening car in the 1969 film The Italian Job? Well, the answer was a Lamborghini Miura. Question number 2. Name the 2015 spin-off to Rocky, starring Michael B. Jordan, and that is Creed. Question number 3. What was the highest grossing box office film ever? And the answer, Avengers Endgame. Question number 4. Russell Crowe turned down the role for which character in the Lord of the Rings trilogy? And the answer, Aragorn. Question number 5. What was Jean Valjean's prison number? And the answer, 24601. Question number 6. Will Smith turned down The Matrix to star as a lead role in which film? And the answer, Wild Wild West. Question number 7. What were the first words spoken in Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back? And the answer, Echo. Question number 8. What was the second James Bond film? And that is From Russia with Love. Question number 9. What did Tom Hanks refer life to in Forrest Gump? Well, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. That was really bad, I'm sorry. So anyway, he referred to a box of chocolates. And finally, question number 10. If you build it, they will come is a famous line from which 1989 film? And that is A Field of Dreams, which is my dad's favourite film. So that concludes the round, the quiz. It's a sad time, it's over. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we can tally up the answers and get them back to the original owner, and we can declare the champion. So there we have it. That is the end of the big Christmas quiz. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. It's been a challenge for me to firstly get the questions, secondly film them, thirdly edit them, and fourthly get the content out to you guys that you're hopefully going to enjoy. It's been an honour and a pleasure to be your quizmaster. So hopefully you've enjoyed this enough to consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. It's something new I've done, and if it's a success I will continue to put stuff like this forward. So while we are talking about engagement, I would like to know how you got on. Firstly, where in the world you are taking this quiz, and secondly, what did you score in total? And I will try my very best to reply to every single comment that's been left. So from me, thank you so much for taking part in this quiz. I know 2020 has been a bad year and Christmas is a very, very strange one to not what we're used to. So hopefully this has put a bit of fun into your day and you can continue now to have a fantastic day, a fantastic Christmas and a brilliant new year. That's it from me. Thank you very much and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.